What's good, everybody? Welcome back to DAZN Boxing. We back with another one. We're going to touch about this, talk about this fight day we got going on. We got a couple of cards that I want to touch on, and just make sure everybody is aware when you can watch these fights, the times, and the network, and all that good stuff. And like a brief breakdown as well. Before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. You can feel free to follow me on my social media that's scrolling across the bottom. Twitter at OverJ, Instagram LDubsBoxing. Feel free to tap in. My guy KD in the building. What's good with you, bro? What's good? Yeah, the LW Insight. I got you, bro. Chin Smoke, what's good with you? Salute. So it's a couple of cards today, you know what I'm saying? Should be some good fights, man. I want to definitely touch on. My man IB, what's good with you, bro? Salute. He said that's why I follow. Man, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that. For sure. And so yeah, so starting with this DAZN card, y'all know how we get down with it. We like to watch all the fights and let everybody know where you can watch them. So this one right here, this is a headline by Diego Pacheco versus Jack Cullen. It's supposed to have been Callum Smith, but he pulled out with an injury, and he's the mandatory for Arthur Beterbiev. So he'll try and get that fight later in the summer. So it's gonna start. What is it? 8:30 West Coast time, 11:30 on the East Coast. So you guys, I got it in my description box, so you guys want to get the times and the schedules. So this is the running order right here. You got some young fighters on the card like Campbell Haddon. You know what I'm saying? Fiat. So that's another good fighter right there. He can go. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys are interested in the young prospects from the UK, feel free to tap into that. It's gonna be on their YouTube channel. Then it's going to switch over at 2:30, 11:30 on the West Coast to the Zone app, where you'll have like 5 fights on the card. Peter McGrail, he's like a good prospect. He was an Olympian from the UK. He just signed with Eddie Hearn Matchroom. The heavyweight Johnny Fisher, you know what I'm saying? He been in camp with Joe Joyce and Spar Tyson Fury. He's a young fighter with like a good following, you know what I'm saying, a local following. He normally he normally bring like 1,000, 1,500 fans to the fight. So they're trying to build him as a draw. You got Robbie Davis. He's facing Derek Foley. And Foley is a late replacement because the original opponent, Leon Paro, he pulled out with an injury. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Diego Pacheco. I want to touch on him. He said, what's good? Yeah, what's good with you, bro? DJ, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. He said the Oracle, man. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you coming by, for sure. Diego Pacheco, he's trained by Jose Benavidez, Davis Pops, you know what I'm saying? So that's like kicking off a big month for them because, of course, we got Benavidez and Plant March 25th. He got Rayo as well. So Jose Senior gonna be busy, but Pacheco is nice with it. You know what I'm saying? Pacheco is like 6'3", 6'4". Jack Cullen is around the same height. I think he may be taller than Pacheco. So that's a different look. You know what I'm saying? He haven't faced a guy as tall as him. So I like Pacheco though. He just crossed over from a prospect to like a young French contender at super middleweight. They fighting for like a regional title, the WBO International. So they're gonna get him a higher ranking, maybe top 10, top 5. He already ranked by a couple of sanctioned bodies. So this is a good fight, and it's good for these young guys to experience the world. You know what I'm saying? Just like in life, you want to experience the world. You don't want to just get stuck fighting in certain locations and stuff like that. So him headlining in the UK is like a blessing in the sky. So maybe he'll have to go back and travel over there to face the top opponent. He already have that experience. You know what I'm saying? But I like Pacheco in this fight. Cullen is gonna be right there in front of Pacheco. Pacheco gonna mess around and stop him mid rounds. That's what I'm seeing, but we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. But it's a good look for him. He said, "Is there any way Jamel Charlo could get his IBF mandatory out the way in June?" I mean, I think it's possible because he's coming off a hand injury. If he want to go ahead and get that out the way, I mean that's a logical choice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but the way the promotion is looking, they're talking about Jamel Charlo traveling to Australia. I don't think you traveling all the way across the world. You losing like 2 days just to face the IBF mandatory. You know what I'm saying? I think he gonna get the winner between Tszyu and Tony Harrison. And we're gonna touch on that too. So, but yeah, I can see that though. If you want to get that hand, make sure that hand is okay. Yeah, work it out with the IBF mandatory. You know what I'm saying? I can see that. My man JC in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He said definitely waiting to see Tony Harrison. Yeah. I think so too. I think he beats him, but yeah, we're gonna touch on it. Winston Lee, what's good with you, bro? Yes, sir. So this that the zone card right here. You can catch it on the undercard, the prelims on the YouTube channel. I got the link in the description box. Feel free to tap in, and then it's gonna switch over to the Zone app. It's not like big names. It's a UK show. So if you're just trying to get familiar with these young fighters, feel free to tap in. But definitely, Diego Pacheco, you gotta check him out. All right. Now, but this card right here it's gonna be on ESPN Plus. 2:45 West East Coast, 11:45 West Coast. Feel free to tap in. Like I said, I got the schedule in the description box. But this is an interesting card as well. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna headline by Tony Yoka versus Carlos Takam, heavyweights. Tony Yoka is coming off a loss. Almost a year out the ring. He lost to Martin Bakole. And the biggest reason why he lost that fight is because of the size. Bakole outweighed him by like 30, 35 pounds. He was like 276, and I think Yoka was like 240, 241. So it looked like, you know what I'm saying, that was a focus in this camp because he came in as a career high at 251. Tony Yoka normally around 239, 240. He really ain't getting too big, but now he came in at 250 plus. So I guess that's something he want to work on because he was getting bullied around in that fight against Bakole. But Carlos Takam is a crafty boxer. You know what I'm saying? Do a lot of upper body movement. He's a shorter guy. You know what I'm saying? He's just been around for a while. He's durable. He one of those guys, if you keep him in the fight, you know what I'm saying? He's just going to do enough to stay in the fight at this stage of his career. I don't know if he really beaten guys like Tony Yoka. This is a fight Tony Yoka should win. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how he look because when these guys come off of losses, man, we don't know how the effect would be on them coming back, especially after a long layoff. You know what I'm saying? On the undercard, you got a light heavyweight fight. Dan Aziz. I like him. I think he's number 2 in the WBA. He's facing Thomas Frowe. This kid is I think he's from France. This is a European light heavyweight title. I like Dan Aziz. He's an old school throwback fighter. High guard, like to go to the body. You know what I'm saying? He's good though. I think he was working with Buddy McGirt in his last couple of fights. You got the ladies on the card. Lauren Price, she's an Olympic gold medalist in 2020, 2021, the last Olympics. She's a welterweight. Southpaw. She fights at actually she's like top 10 in the WBO. So women's boxing, you can kind of get fast tracked to a world title. So look out for her. She can fight. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about her being like the next star coming out of the UK. So Lauren Price is on the card. So you can catch all these fights right here on the ESPN Plus app. You know what I'm saying? Just check the description box for the schedule and the times for that for sure. Let me see. He said, "What time is that Harrison fight?" Sunday morning. Well, Sunday morning over there, but for us, we're gonna get into that. It's gonna be like 10:45 East Coast. Yeah, 10:45. He said, "Well said." That background dude. Yeah, no, that's what I think. I watched him fight live though. He alright though. He mixed up his style. He can come forward and be aggressive. And he can box a little bit, but he get hit a lot. You know what I'm saying? He get hit a lot. For sure. Bruce Gas in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So, yeah. So, make sure you guys tap in with this card. And then, this the biggest one of the weekend. Tszyu versus Tony Harrison. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Tony Harrison been promoting the hell out of this fight. And we know what he brings to the table. We're going to touch on the undercard, though. This is a big event in Australia, so They just signed a big deal with No Limit Promotions with Fox Network down there. So they look on to put on a bunch of fights and stuff like that. This is the prelims right here. I'm not sure where we can find it. Maybe on their Facebook. They have a lot of content on their Facebook page. No Limit Promotions. I've been watching the weigh in and the press conference and all that shit over there. So if you want to watch the prelims, feel free to tap in. This is a pay-per-view portion. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to show any of these fights on Showtime. I think they're just going to show the main event. But it's some pretty decent fights. Nikita Tszyu, that's Tim Tszyu's younger brother. He's an action-packed fighter. He like to throw a lot of punches, big punches and stuff. He's in a good fight. The guy he's fighting, 7-0, 5 knockouts. So, you know what I'm saying? You never know. We got a super middleweight fight. Isaac Hartman versus Rohan Murdoch. Now, Hartman, he was just in training camp with Caleb Plant. He was out here sparring Caleb Plant and stuff like that. He's coming out well. He had a knockout loss to Michael Zarafa, but then his next fight, he had a highlight reel knockout win. So he's one of those all-action type of guys. And Murdoch is more so of a boxer, but he can fight too. You got a good fight at 122. Sam Goodman versus TJ Doheny. Doheny is a former world champion. He lost his title to Danny Roman in a unification. Sam Goodman is on the way up. TJ Doheny is like kind of like on the way down, but he's still credible, good boxer and stuff like that. So that should be a pretty decent one. Pablo Acosta, this kid was an Olympian, smooth southpaw, you know what I'm saying, got some power. He's facing the veteran Yonisi Gonzalez from Cuba, who been in the ring with everybody, Pascal, Zerto. He just got stopped by Andre Durrell on the PBC show. So that's a good step up for him, you know what I'm saying. Acosta, they're looking at him to be like a world champion at light heavyweight, you know what I'm saying, down the line, you know what I'm saying. So that's what it is. We're gonna get on that main event for sure, though. You got Tim Tszyu. I like Tony Harrison, but you know what I'm saying. We'll see. There's some factors in that. Do you know what time? Yes, it starts at 10:45 on the East Coast on Showtime. 10:45. It's West Coast 7:45. Main card 8 p.m. I don't know if they're gonna show the undercard on. I don't think they're gonna show the undercard on Showtime. I think they're gonna do just the main event, from my knowledge. So if you want to watch the undercard of this pay-per-view, you're gonna have to. I don't know if it's on Fight TV. I'm not sure, but I think it's on. I don't know. You gotta find another way to watch it. But I think they're just showing the main event because they're gonna have Jamel Charlo supposed to be there, hyping up the fight, and then they're gonna have their broadcasters like in the studio here. You know how they do international fights. So it's gonna be more focused on the promotion of the undisputed champion Jamel Charlo, and then the winner of this fight getting the opportunity at him. So I don't think they're showing all the fights. So 10:45 on the East Coast on Showtime. This is when you can catch this this event for us in the States. He said we lose an hour of sleep tonight anyway. Yeah. I forgot the time do change. He said good looking. Yeah. That's why I got you covered. If you look in my description box, I got it in there for sure. You know what I'm saying? But let's get on this main event, man. I know everybody been looking forward to this. I know I have. You know what I'm saying? And this is very interesting because, you know, we all know the backstory. That Tim Tszyu really didn't have to take this opportunity with Tony Harrison, but salute to him. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people don't be following a lot of these boxers and know, you know what I'm saying, how they moving. This is an indicator right here. A lot of boxers ain't moving like Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu, you know, he could have stayed over there in Australia. He was a mandatory. He could have stayed over there and fought guys that we really don't really know like that or not high on and made big money. Like I said, his promotion company just signed a big multi-year deal with the Fox network down there. You know what I'm saying? He's the biggest star in Australian boxing. So he decided to come over to the States, sign with PBC, put himself in position to face Jermell Charlo. He fought Terrell Goucher last year. You know what I'm saying? The fight where he got dropped, got back up, and won and dominated the fight. You know what I'm saying? He was all set to face Charlo. Now, it's a few gems, you know what I'm saying, for my betting people out there. If you want to take anything in consideration, Tszyu coming off of 2 hand surgeries last year. That's another factor right there. We're going to see if his hands healed up. He had surgery on both hands just to clean some stuff up. Nothing broken, just to clean some stuff up. That's why the Charlo fight didn't happen last year. It got pushed to early this year. And he was supposed to face Charlo January 28th. And ironically, Charlo broke his hand. So it's just crazy how shit like that work. So now we come to Tony Harrison. And I think it was smart of Tszyu. He stayed out in Vegas and did the whole camp. And then he got this fight with Tony Harrison. So he really didn't lose a camp. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of expenses and all that shit when you traveling from Australia to LA to Vegas. It's a lot of expenses. So he wanted to capitalize on that training camp. And then come Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison, man, he's basically the best boxer at 154. Real smooth, solid, crafty. Tony do a lot of smart stuff in the ring. Got one of the best jabs. He know how to mix it up. Honestly, looking at it, watching them on film, it's like I don't see how Tszyu can beat Tony Harrison. You know what I'm saying? Especially the way Tony looked in his last fight against Sergio Garcia, a similar style opponent that comes forward, put a lot of pressure. He said Tony Harrison versus Charlo 3 is what we want. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah, that's why we're gonna find out tonight. Yeah, credit to Timmy. He didn't have to take the Harrison fight. Nah, he didn't have to take it. He was trying. Well, his first choice was the IBF mandatory. He was trying to get him, but my man had fought in December, and he wanted to go home and spend the holidays with his family. So he was like, nah, he turned it down. So Tony Harrison was like, I got you. But yeah, Tony do a lot of slick shit. He can control Tszyu all night long. He coming straight forward. He can get the jab going. He can turn him. You know what I'm saying? Tony ain't really moving like lateral movement. He's in the middle of the ring, but he's so crafty and he fights at his own pace. He slows down the fight. So if you want to, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to go balls to the wall, Tony know how to control you and make you fight his fight. He can throw one punch at a time. He can throw a jab or two at a time, go to the body. You know what I'm saying? So Tony got a nice style. You know what I'm saying? But another underrated thing, Tony is a good puncher too. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, Tony was noted as a puncher. You know what I'm saying? It's just he got the skills to pay the bills, and you utilize that as you get older. You know what I'm saying? I think Tony. I don't see how Tony can lose this fight unless he get tired down the stretch. And I think he cleaned that up. You know what I'm saying? That stuff that happened with the Jared Hurd fight, he quit in that Jared Hurd fight too. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he still got that somewhere in him. But I think he kind of overcame that. The Willie Nelson fight, that was the first fight he lost. He got tired down the stretch and got stopped. Jared Hurd, he spit out his mouthpiece when he got dropped. When he got up, he didn't want to fight. He spit his mouthpiece out. That's just saying you want out. The Charlo fight. Now the first fight when he beat Charlo, I actually thought Charlo won that fight. But when you go back and watch it, Tony was doing a lot of smart stuff. A lot of stuff that is not highlighted. There's a lot of stuff he did don't make the highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? He was punching in between Charlo. He was controlling him. He had the jab going. You know what I'm saying? He'll be aggressive in spots. Then he'll counter punch. You know what I'm saying? So he did a lot of good things. The second fight was a little different. He got dropped early in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Got clipped with a left hook. And then he decided to get inside the power and started to push Charlo back for maybe 85% of that fight. And then he just kind of got lackadaisical at the end. I don't think he was tired. I just think he got lackadaisical. Maybe that has something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? They say fatigue make cowards out of us all. So maybe that what happened. But he got stopped late in that fight against Charlo. So, but Tony can fight though, man. Tony can fight. So as far as skills and stuff, like it ain't no. Like, I don't see Tszyu winning, honestly. Yeah, no, facts. Yeah, he is a masterclass boxer though, for real. And he can't have that down here, but we'll see. We'll see. I think he fixed it. He was winning that second Charlo. Yeah, he was winning that shit. He was winning. Yeah. Flawless mentality in the building. Dr. Mark, salute to you, bro. Appreciate you. But Tim Tszyu though, Tim Tszyu got a good motor. I think he's better than what a lot of people give him credit for. He's a pressure fighter, but he does have some type of skills. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just coming in straightforward. It's a little technical stuff he do. You know what I'm saying? He good with his feints. Um, he go to the body once he get inside. Some fights I watched of him, he got good distance. You know what I'm saying? He'll get in, get his shots off, and he'll move away in some spots and stuff like that. He just heads straight up in the same line. And with Tony, I think Tony can capitalize on that. But if Tony sits on the ropes and allow Tim Tszyu to get off, whether he connecting or not, the crowd gonna go crazy. That can sway the judges. So I think Tony just gotta keep in the middle of the ring. He stay off the ropes. You know what I'm saying? For the majority of the fight, I think he wins this fight pretty clear, honestly. But Tim Tszyu, I have to respect him as a fighter. He's tough, strong. He's durable. You know what I'm saying? He got up, after being dropped by Goucher and dominated that fight. So that's a lot of guys can't do that. A lot of people just fold under pressure. But he got some determination and a lot of confidence. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see his game plan, what he brings to the table. The Yoka fight, check my description box, but it's coming on at 2:45 on the East Coast time, 11:45 West Coast. But check my description box. I put it in there, ESPN Plus, and along with the other cards that I covered, the DAZN shows, I put that in there, and then also this one. So feel free to tap in on that description box. I only seen him fight once, and I wasn't impressed with him. No, I seen him. I seen his rise, honestly, because he used to fight on ESPN Plus early in the morning. I seen the Jeff Horn fight. He had fight. But he really fought a lot of top guys. He fought a lot of fights within the WBO sanctioning body. So he had like 6 regional title fights that able to get him to that top world ranking. But no, Tim Tszyu is like, he's a pressure fighter, but he's a tactical pressure fighter. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like a poor man version of Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Like that tactical, good jab. But he don't bend his knees. He's straight up, like kind of his chin straight up in the air. But he's strong. He actually improved a lot. Because when he first started, I didn't think he was going to be able to get to this level, honestly. Keeping that shit a buck. But I think he is a good fighter. He's tough. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that you can't get tired against. You can't be showboating down the stretch. And I don't think Tony can afford to do that against a guy like this who's going to keep coming all night. And definitely got to stay off the ropes. But no, I seen his rise, I don't think he one of the best 154 pounders. But he's definitely solid. He'll make good fights with any matchup. You know what I'm saying? But he's Tim Tszyu's alright. So yeah, that's what it is, man. That's the fight. That's the fight day right there. Everybody, make sure everybody tap in. Like I said, I got it in my description box. Feel free. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna open this up for some questions or whatever. Talk boxing, whatever. I got 30 minutes or so. Feel free if you guys got anything on or off topic. Man, it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? we can talk it with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking forward to tonight because I want to see what Tim Tszyu, what he really brings to the table. Tony, it's hard not to love Tony as a fan of boxing. I know he's down there talking his shit and promoting the fight, and he relatable because he remind me of like a cousin that I got. You know what I'm saying? Or crazy cousin that I got. You know what I'm saying? One of my uncles. He kind of remind me of one of them dudes. Tony is about his shit. And he know how to promote a fight, so salute to him. That fight man. It feel like that fight not even in Australia. You know what I'm saying? That's probably one of the biggest fights that they had in Australia. Even real talk, I think this got more promotion and hype than the Devin Haney 2 fights with Kambosos. just keeping it 100. I mean, I thought the first fight was pretty good. It was pretty well sold. But after the first fight, we knew the second fight was coming. Nobody was really checking for Devin Haney Kambosos too. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was a good performance, we weren't checking for it. Devin Haney versus Lomachenko official announcement coming. Any word on the venue? I'm hearing, announcement coming May the 20th. I'm hearing MGM Grand. MGM Grand, Las Vegas, for sure. For sure. He said, good shit. I appreciate you, bro. For sure. He said, Plant Benavidez, Tank Ryan, Cool Boy. Yeah, Cool Boy anyway. Yes, sir. Y'all know for real, bro. That's a hell of a stretch. Yeah, all day long, bro. Because I think how that shit April gonna be crazy. April going into May is gonna be crazy. March is okay. March is good. We still got some more work to do. We got Jose Ramirez and Comey. Nobody talking about that, but I feel, you know what I'm saying? I understand. Sonisa Estrada, too, coming back in March. But, yeah, it's a hell of a stretch because, yeah, it's a hell of a stretch. Because if you count March 25th, you got April 1st, you got return of AJ versus Jermaine Franklin. You got Robisa Ramirez versus Dalby. April the 8th, you got Shakur coming back, Big Baby Anderson, Keyshawn on the same card. Fundora, you know, he made good fights. He's coming back April the 8th. You got a good Japanese card, Kimshiro versus Gonzalez. That's 3-belt unification. And what else on the 8th? Oh, Bam Rodriguez is on the 8th. April the 8th. April 15th, you got that crazy heavyweight fight with Joe Joyce versus Zilly Zane. Two big, slow heavyweights going at it, banging. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that shit. That's going to be crazy. Then April 22nd, of course, Tank and Ryan. April 29th, I mean, hopefully we get Fury and Usyk. Hopefully, but if not, hey, we got Virgil Ortiz versus Stanionis. You know what I'm saying? April 29th. That's crazy. That's a crazy fight right there. Fight of the year. And then that's going to take us to May the 6th. We got Canelo. May 7th, we got Fulton versus anyway. So, yeah, it's a hell of a stretch, man. It's a hell of a stretch, yo. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of content out here to talk about, bro. For real. He said, my man Joseph Brown, he said, April mega fight after mega fight. Unbelievable. Yeah, bro. Nah, it's crazy. Is Prograis and Matisse unification a real possibility this summer? I don't think so. I think because Regis and Calderon is working on something for like May. So if they fighting in May, I doubt they fight in the summer. You know what I'm saying? Matisse. So Matisse is in a voluntary stage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you would think that fight could happen. Perfect world. That could be next. Both guys struggling to get opponents. But I doubt it. I'm just keeping it a buck. And I think if that fight happened, it'd be like next year or possible late this year. Man, O-Rod in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So it's a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff that haven't been announced. And we've seen some dominoes this fall recently because Triple G vacated his titles. You know what I'm saying? So we could get Arislani Lara versus Danny Garcia, which has been talked about. You know what I'm saying? My man Tay in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So it's a lot of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that haven't been announced. We still waiting on Earl Spence to get announced. Bud versus Rocha. Or if they can make Bud versus Spence, Bud, I'm with all that shit. But this being realistic, I think it's gonna be Bud versus Rocha, May 27th. They got some purse bids coming up that's gonna shed some light on what's gonna happen next. So yeah, I think the negotiations for Crawford versus Rocha should be coming up next week. I think it's March 19th or some shit like that. So yeah, bro, yeah, Taylor, yes sir, yeah, they working on that. Taylor versus Tszyu coming soon. I heard the best. Yeah. Now yeah, I think it was like June the 10th for that fight. in Madison Square Garden. I mean, say what you want about these guys, what they, how they've been acting since they become champion, Taylor and Tszyu, but that's a good matchup. That's a good fight. Those two big name fighters. You know what I'm saying? So Spence and Thurman should happen in June. Yeah, I'm thinking June. I was thinking late May, but I can see it in June. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I just want to see Spence back. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care at this point who he fight. I just want to see him back. I feel like I don't know. Now, if they working, the reason why he haven't, I ain't gonna get my hopes up like last time because the negotiations kind of just spoiled it for all the fans when it fell through. So I ain't getting my hopes up. I ain't getting too engulfed in that. But if they can make the fight with Spence and Bud, I'm down. If they're gonna do Keith Thurman, I'm cool with that too. Shit, I just want to see these guys fighting because you gotta capitalize on how the year going so far. You know what I'm saying? As these big name fighters not on the schedule, you have to capitalize. There's a lot of shit popping. You know what I'm saying? And we get every other week we get a fight of the year candidate. You know what I'm saying? Tszyu been calling for Taylor for 3 years now. Yeah, he has. No, for sure. Maybe Tszyu gets up for guys like this. You know what I'm saying? He got up for Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can get up for this. He didn't get up for Kambosos. A lot of excuses, a lot of drawn out process. He kind of brought that upon himself, going outside the top rank situation. When he fought Lomachenko, I think he was at his best. And he wasn't 100% for that fight. But it was a difference. He was focused that fight. He was focused for Lomachenko. He had an ankle injury and all that shit. But you couldn't tell. So I think that's why I like Teofimo. When he steps up in competition, he's proven that he can fight with the best. And he's right there. But he just lacked focus and you know what I'm saying? The whole thing with him and his pops is crazy. PDX Big Dog in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute, salute. So yeah, it's a lot of things, man. I mean, it's crazy, and it's like some shit under the radar type of shit. Like the Showtime schedule, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. Oh shit, we may get a nice ass fight for the ladies. We lost one, but we're about to get one to replace it. So Amanda Serrano pulled out of her fight with Katie Taylor May the 20th. Chantel Cameron accepted everything. We might get an announcement soon. So Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron. I'm not sure the weight because both ladies are undisputed, 35 and 140. I can see it being at 140. So Katie Taylor can make history, can be the first undisputed champion simultaneous, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, you know what I'm saying, in the full belt era. So I can see it at 140. She went up there and she dibble and dabble and won a world title at 140 before. So I don't think that's an issue for her. She's been making 35 for a hot minute. And Chantel Cameron, that's a fight Chantel Cameron can win. Like real talk. I thought Katie and Amanda pretty much 50-50. I thought Amanda should have deserved the victory. But I think Chantel Cameron can win this one. It's a good fight, man. Salute to Katie Taylor. Like Katie Taylor, like I'm telling you. Now I know we love Carissa Shields. This is a Carissa Shields channel, fanboy channel. You know what I'm saying? And I got her, pound for pound #1, go all that shit. Quote, my bad, let me say it right. But I'm saying you can't argue what Katie Taylor is doing. And she got a claim to the one of the best women's fighters ever too. So it's just dope. This is dope to see, bro. You know what I'm saying? World champions acting like world champions. I love that. He said, nope, Tszyu is just fooled at 140. Taylor dominates him. I mean, that could happen because Taylor got that dog. He a mean fighter. He can get up in his skin. Like at the weigh-in fight week, Taylor turned to a different person, struggling to make the weight and all that shit. So when they get in the trenches, Taylor gonna fight in the trenches. Even though I thought he lost to Catterall. Ever since he got dropped in like 8 through 12, he dominated that fight. He closed out that fight like a world champion and didn't want to lose his titles. So far as that thinking, you could be right too. You could be right. You know what I'm saying? You could be right. He said, "Yeah, I'm up, Tim Zoo. You bloody legend." This Tim Zoo. Okay, okay. Salute to you, bro. Coming through the building. I want to. Who's next for Laura? Then you got the WBA belt. Um, I mean, shoot, that would be a perfect world fight. Jamal Charlo versus Arislani Lara. That would be dope. Finally, a unification in that division for Jamal Charlo. Somebody got. I mean, I'm gonna stay with Danny until somebody talk me off the ledge, because it don't make no sense for him to get ranked at 160 in the WBA and he had one fight at 154. You know what I'm saying? And he been ranked there since October 2022, and he moved up the rankings. He came in number 9. Now he's number 7. So somebody gotta explain to me. Maybe that's a misprint. Maybe they was working on something and it didn't happen. But I think it's Lara versus Danny at the Barclays. Catch weight 155, 156. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Charlo will come back and get like a get well fight. You know what I'm saying? Or get a fight just to shake the cobwebs out. You know what I'm saying? But that fight is probably should happen. You know what I'm saying? Because Lara is 39, 40, about to be 40. Like, yeah, he probably looking for big fights and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Seeing Danny Garcia ranked at middleweight, that shit ain't just done by accident. Like, you would just wake up in the morning and put Danny Garcia's name on the website and say, we good. Nah, they got something behind that. Taylor versus Chantel is a much tougher fight. No, I agree with that. And Chantel might be in trouble. No, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm favoring Chantel in that fight. And the reason why is because her range. She's not gonna get drawn into no war. She gonna get hers out and then she gonna move and she gonna do little slick shit. When Kate Taylor doing that, trying to get her shit in, she ain't gonna be able to get all of it in. And I think the range is gonna really affect it. And then Chantel is not like a small woman either. You know what I'm saying? She's basic, but she do everything damn near right. You know what I'm saying? And she's solid all the way across the board. So I like Chantel in the fight, but Katie is definitely tough to beat. Taylor versus Chantel is a tougher fight for Taylor. She in trouble in my opinion. Chantel, yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, I agree. Then we on the same page because I think Chantel, she's a little bit younger, a little bit more fresher. She got, little subtle skills that gonna keep her in the fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's at 140, so that's gonna help her. She's the undisputed champion at 140, if it's at 140. So yeah, man, I'm with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. So yeah, it's dope. I'm just waiting for some more boxing announcements. You know what I'm saying to come up to see what we got. We had the Tank and Ryan press conference and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That was good for the casual fans and people, you know what I'm saying, that's into that. You know what I'm saying? That was good promotion and stuff for those guys to get back in camp and get ready for April 22nd. I did a live stream last night about the Benavidez plant all access. Feel free to tap in with that video as well, or you can just go to the go to the go to the episode. It's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty good. I liked it. Talked about, what I'm saying, the behind the scenes stuff, what's going on with Plant, Benavidez, and give you another perspective of what these fighters go through on a day to day. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's some stuff popping for sure. Berlinga and Richardson Hitchens, they gonna tag team and do a card. Uh, Main event, co-main event, looking like June 24th. You know what I'm saying? So that should be good. The Showtime schedule is out for until June. He said Fury Usyk. How confident? I don't think it happens, but I guess it's good to rile up the fans. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. It should happen though. You know what I'm saying? Get it out the way. We ain't had undisputed at heavyweight since '99. You know what I'm saying? Longer than most of these people can remember. Some people probably weren't watching boxing back then. So I feel like we deserve that as fans, in a historical, situation. But I still don't think it's happening. But we'll see. Paul M, what's good with you, bro? Appreciate it. Any idea who Berlanga will make his matchroom debut against? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who they're gonna fight. Um, I'm not sure. I like the kid that fought on Pro Box a couple weeks ago. I forget his name. He just beat. Well, he had a draw on Pro Box. I can't think of his name. I like that type of fight for him, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure their directions for him, like what they want to do with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think at this where he at in his stage of his career, I think a Jose Uzcategui is a good fight for him. You know what I'm saying? If they can make that happen. He said, I don't know, bro. Plant looking ready. He might all box. I think Benavidez is gonna all box Plant and maybe stop him late. Trail Hill in the building. What's good with you, bro? Yeah, that kid exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's that guy right there. I appreciate you. Yep. He just fought on Pro Box. He he probably should got the victory, but I think they scored the draw. He beat Hakeem Lopez. Yeah, he can fight. Michael James 616. What's good with you, bro? I hit that link last night. Those are some straight. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, those late night club shows, man. Them dudes are going at it. He said, "Yeah, I love the Jose Uzcategui fight for Berlin." Yeah, I think that's the fight he probably need. If he's talking about fighting Canelo and stuff like that, he probably need to fight a former world champion that was in this division. He won a title in this division. You know what I'm saying? So maybe guys like that. But we'll see. Showtime All Access is becoming must see. No, facts. Great job telling the fighter story and build up to yeah. Nah, for real, bro. Nah, for real. Facts. I like it, yo. It's good quality content. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think my favorite part about that when they was talking about their kids. Plant just had he got a newborn baby, 6 months. He was feeding her and shit, and then Benavidez's son is like 2, and he over there hitting the heavy bag better than some of these pro fighters and shit. That shit, I like that shit. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? And what I took away from it, these guys is more similar than I thought. I know they don't like each other, but I ain't saying they're the same person, but they got a lot of similarities. Their dads in their life, you know what I'm saying? That's some good stuff. They got a good team around them, all that good shit, and they professionals, former world champions, bro. Like that's why the fight gonna be so crazy with with Benavidez and Plant because these guys they've been around. You know what I'm saying? They had their developmental fights, they had world title fights, and now this fight right here is most important because it's gonna take you. It'll make the winner of this gonna be the bigger star. You know what I'm saying? Gonna have a better opportunity maybe down the line at challenging Canelo again, I guess. Even for Plant. You know what I'm saying? Plant can do some things in that fight better that he could, come away with it. I think Canelo is slowing down. He's still a great fighter, but I think he's slowing down. Injuries and you know what I'm saying? We'll see. I can't wait for it though. It's gonna be crazy. My man Steph in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He said, "Oh yeah, I like him too." Kamatov, bro, he had a great performance last week. Oh, he's dangerous. Ooh, tall kid, can box, good counter puncher, aggressive, go to the body. He got that Uzbekistan pedigree. He's a mandatory for Mauricio Lara, so Mauricio Lara, he'll probably go fight Lee Wood like in June, July. They're gonna run it back. That kid right there, he's coming. That's gonna be a tough fight for anybody he look like he fights. He could be at 140, 135. He's a solid kid. He was also training. He was in training camp with Gervonta Tank Davis for Hector Luis Garcia. So I mean, It had to be some good work. You know what I'm saying? And I think he been to multiple training camps with Tank. Definitely, I've been saying it for years. Canelo's on decline. Yeah, I think he is. You know what I'm saying? He said it started when he fought Rocky Fielding. When he had on the knee sleeve. I think he's slowing down. I think he's slowing down, but he still can be a lot of these guys. He still can be a lot of these guys out here. And we'll see. He supposed to face John Ryder May the 6th. Talking about Mexico. I like that. I want to see how it look. You know what I'm saying? Canelo haven't fought down there for a minute. 2012. I think it was against Carmen Cintron back in the day. So yeah. Yeah, feel free. Keep the questions and comments coming. I appreciate it. He said, do you think Plant is in David Benavidez's head? I think that's what you're trying to say. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think they're in each other's head. I think those guys are veterans. Their style is going to play out the way it's going to play out. Benavidez is going to be the aggressive guy, using his jab, technical ability, and try to get inside. He gonna try to corner Plant. Plant gonna be counterpunching. They ain't gonna change none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because Benavidez is already aggressive. So if he's using, and by the way, what Plant is doing is awesome though. You know what I'm saying? Very creative. You know what I'm saying? With the domain and all that shit. But Benavidez is always like that. He always on go. So I don't think Plant is in his head because he always gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but good promotion though. I like it. Navarrete versus Valdez. I believe we getting that fight second half. Yeah, probably I think that's gonna be in the fall. Valdez likely to come back in May or June. I'm not sure who his opponent is, but it's not Navarrete. And then Navarrete, I don't know if he's going to wait or he's going to stay busy as well. But I think they're going to fight in the fall. Do you think Caleb Plant is in David's head? David ready for a step up. I don't think he's in his head, and I think in some ways, I don't really necessarily think this like a step up for David Benavidez. I just think both of these guys is 50-50 fight. Like, if you looking at it, I favor David Benavidez. So, I don't know if, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. But I just feel like this is pretty much a 50-50 fight. I think they both on the same level because they've been in the championship picture for a long time. But this is going to come down to tactics and who going to impose their style on the next guy. It's a great fight. What's your take on Tony and Tim? I think Tony Harrison got all the advantages, skill-wise, experience-wise, everything really checked the box. The only thing he may not have, and what we seen in the past, maybe gassing out down the stretch. I think he outboxes Tim Tszyu and win a decision. I think he do. You know what I'm saying? But Tim Tszyu, I can see Tim Tszyu. If Tim Tszyu have him cornered and can be consistent and having him on the ropes, I think he'll have some success and maybe he can win. But I like Tony Harrison. Keeping him in the middle of the ring and just guiding him through the fight. You know what I'm saying? Using his jab, putting him in positions where he like him. That's what I'm saying. He said no doubts beats most guys, but plotting for it with no jab. No, that's not a fact right there. That's not a fact. He used jabs when he come forward. You talking about Benavidez? Oh, you talking about Canelo? I don't know what you talking about. No jab, economical, and swinging for the fences with no plan, no success. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know what you talking about. You talking about Canelo? He said still taking Canelo. Oh, you talking about Canelo? Okay. When is Morrell back? I don't know, man. I heard he supposed to came back on Tank's undercard. I heard he might do his own show. Well, he supposed to came back June 24th, but they got Adamas versus J Rock and that's gonna be in Minnesota. So I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I heard multiple dates, opponents and shit, but I'm not sure. But I would think he would be back soon, so he can stay on the same schedule as Benavidez and Plant, because I think he gonna get one of those guys sooner than later. But I don't know, man. I like to see him back pretty soon. Possible tank. Yeah, no, yeah, possible. Yeah. Facts. He said Canelo. Okay, I got you. I thought you were talking about Benavidez, because I was saying I was just watching some fights from him last night after I watched All Access. Yeah, Canelo don't really throw that many jabs. Yeah, no, Morrell. Yeah, Morrell he's a fun fighter to watch. He's becoming one of the most exciting fighters. His style. He don't have to fight like that either. He come from that Cuban school. He can box all night and just rack up points. But he's sitting in the pocket banging. He said any good fighters to watch out. Yeah, man, watch all of them. I'm gonna put the banner back up. Now, well, for real, I would say Paulo Acosta. He's the light heavyweight, former Olympian, 3-0, 3 knockouts. He's facing Yanesi Gonzalez, who is a veteran who fought everybody at light heavyweight. I would look out for that kid. He can be a world champion down the line. Southpaw, slick, got good power. Kind of in the same mold of Jay Abataya, the cruiserweight IBF champion who just beat Maris Breyes. Kind of like that. I would be on the lookout for him, for sure. He said Adamas versus J Rock. I'm leaning towards Adamas. Yeah, me too. I think Adamas he's in his prime or he's entering his prime. Maybe he's in his prime. Yeah, his stock is rising. And he's a difficult guy because he can punch with both hands on both sides of the plate. Good boxer. He just have questions about getting tired down the stretch. We seen the Derevchenko fight. But I think he overcame that. I think he got enough confidence now that he can fight deep in fights. J-Rock, we got to question his chin. We got to question his chin. J-Rock is not the same fighter. We seen in the fight he had against Vladimir Hernandez. Like, he dropped the ball in that fight on the Wilder Fury 3 undercard. That Jason Rosario fight took so much from him. You know what I'm saying? But, J-Rock, he is one of the most skilled fighters when he's on his A game and in some shape. And he can do some stuff to Adamas to kind of negate some of the shit. But I'm with you, bro. I'm leaning towards Adamas right now. It may change. He said Canelo. Okay, got you, bro. My bus. Do you think David Light would beat Lawrence Okoli? No. I like Lawrence Okoli in that fight. I think now this fight can be ugly because David Light like to fight on the inside and a lot of grappling, and Lawrence Okoli is like the clinch master. You know what I'm saying? He's the best. He's the best guy, the best fighter to know how to clinch. He might be number one, but I think Lawrence Okoli may want to prove a point. He got with Sugar Hill. I think I think that matchup is good because Sugar Hill is going to allow him to be more offensive. He got one of the best right hands. When he touched all his opponents with the right hands, the fight changed. So I like Lawrence Okoli, keeping it long and rangy and timing David Light trying to get in, maybe clip him with a shot and maybe stop him mid-rounds. He said, I'll watch him today. Yeah, we got to figure out where we can watch him at. He said, J-Rock like Hurd now. We're going to see. I mean, it's different because Hurd hasn't learned how to do defense. Like, he negate his defense. But I guess they're in the same round, but different categories because J-Rock still got the skills and reflexes. You know what I'm saying? I just think J-Rock lost a step or two. Hurd been getting hit. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time. If you never fix your defense, you're going to lose to guys like he lost to. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of guys that he lost to, Luis Arias is on that card with Carlos Adames and J-Rock. He's facing Erickson Lubin. That's a good crossroads fight. You know, Arias is a what is he? He like a French contender, journeyman type of stage right now, but can fight. You know what I'm saying? He beat Jerry Hurd, then lost to Von Alexander. You know what I'm saying? Like how you get your best win in your career, then you lose to another journeyman opponent type of guy. So that's why it makes him that. And Lubin is coming off a tough loss to Fundora. He need this. Definitely need this victory. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. He said J Rod should be at 68. Oh man, me personally, I know he said he's not gonna retire. He just got 30 stitches in his lip, and he ain't gonna call it a day. But I think 68, it probably ain't bad for him. His defense, bro, he don't have no defense. So you want him to go up and weight, and for a guy that's noted for his great chin, that shit gonna start to crack. The more you get hit, the more he just get hit too much. He get hit way too much, and going up to 68 versus those guys, that's now he's fighting guys that's either bigger than him or on his same level. Because normally everybody heard fight he's bigger than, but now those guys at 68 they coming from 200 pounds, 190. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea, but hey, if that's what you want to do, you know what I'm saying, more power to him. I think he should call it a day. To be honest, he get hit too much. Like I was there live and shit. I was watching. I'm like, bro, he get hit way too much. What the hell? His fighting style though, yeah, it's good for the fans, but it ain't gonna be good for him. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we get light heavyweight unification? I mean, that's a $1 million question. Um, right now should be the time to get it. You know what I'm saying? Now we have got it, but you mean light heavyweight undisputed? I got you, because Baturia did unify the division twice, so I got you. I understand what you're saying, but why we ain't get undisputed? It's a couple of things, man. The WBC they tripping because they talking about Kyle Smith is next, and you know what's best for boxing. We should be able to get this fight. So hopefully they working on that and we can get it. It shouldn't be nothing really uh, causing you know what I'm saying, interfering with the fight. If Callum Smith is hurt, if Callum Smith saying he's out for 6 to 8 weeks, that's enough time for them to make the fight between Baturbiev and Bivol. They can do it in June. It's fine. We know Baturbiev about to go into Ramadan. Okay, he gonna come out. He fought in June last year. Did the same thing. So it should be next, bro, man. It's just hard that the sanction bodies, the promoters, they don't want to, probably don't want to make the fight, shit like that. But yeah, I'm with you. Trust me, I'm with you. He said Eddie Hearn. Nick, Trick Note in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Dude waiting on Canelo. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. It's not in his best interest to wait on Canelo, because he'll be out the ring for damn near a year. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. And Bivol has his own team. He got one of the richest promoters backing him out of Russia. World of Boxing. Remember, he had Povetkin, who won the purse bid for Wilder back in the day. So, and he got his own team. He got one of the best managers in boxing, Vladim. He got all types of guys. He got all those guys like Buteyev and those guys. I don't think it's that. I think he just waiting for the date. You know what I'm saying? And from what I was hearing, he supposed to come back June the 3rd in Abu Dhabi, whatever. So maybe that is a place. Maybe they working on behind the scenes trying to make the Baturbia fight for that day, because I know Baturbia will go over to Matchroom. I know Top Ring don't have no qualms about that. So I don't think he waiting for Canelo. He don't need Canelo. Other than you want to get some more bread, he don't need him. He already beat him. He don't really need. So I don't think he necessarily waiting for him. I disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because Bivol he can really make his own moves if he wanted to. I'm not sure his contract with Matchroom, and they may be paying the biggest money, but he can definitely get with his promoter in Russia and do some things. The world of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Now I think the plans of Eddie Hearn was for Canelo to fight in May and then fight Dimitri Bivol in a rematch in September. But I can't see that happening without Bivol not having a fight. I can't see that happening. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Bivol fought in October. So that means if he fight Canelo in September, that's damn near a year. I don't think he gonna move like that. Yeah. I don't even know. Yeah, I ain't read that shit. I heard about it, about the Conor Ben shit, but I ain't read that shit. Because at the end of the day, he gonna always be a drug cheat, no matter what he do and slice it. Now we might see some shit like this: Conor Ben versus Manny Pacquiao June 3rd over there in the Middle East, and you may have Bivol on the undercard. I don't know who you gonna fight. I know Joshua Bowaxi. He having an issue with Eddie Hearn, so he turned down the Dimitri Bivol fight. But it ain't for like ducking reasons and shit like that. A lot of people don't understand. They probably, a lot of people just looking at it because they see the article or they see the headline. Joshua Bowaxi turned down $1 million+ to face Bivol. But what they don't understand, he's trying to get out that deal with Eddie Hearn. He having issues with them. Same thing, same similar thing that Lawrence Okolie had. Trying to get out the deal. Ain't getting promises and stuff. So I think before people touch on that, hey yo, I'm right here. I got y'all covered, yo. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind being a liaison to some of these channels or whoever speaking on certain topics, and you don't even gotta mention my name because a lot of the shit that people be talking about, they don't be knowing what they talking about. They just going off of first reaction and what the titles say. But Waxy has this situation with Eddie Hearn where he got one. It's like crazy. He's basically a free agent in a sense, but Eddie can match any offer that he get. So basically, it's stupid. So either you're going to sign him and we're going to continue to work with him, or let the man go. You know what I'm saying? But Waxy's supposed to have an announcement this week coming up, and he's looking to sign with Boxer, right? So Eddie Hearn, I guess legally, can match that offer. So if they giving Bowaxy $1.5 million, Eddie Hearn can match it and give him $2 million, just to keep him on his platform. You know what I'm saying? But after that fight, he don't have nothing for him. So why not just let him go? But that's what I'm saying. Everybody, like when you a lot of people that speak on some of this stuff, you got to be educated in this shit. Because it ain't just, but Waxy turned down the money? Oh, shit. Like, come on. It's got to be something behind that. It ain't just that headline. You know what I'm saying? When I see headlines like that, I go do my research. Why he turned that shit down. Because for the last year, 2 years, all he been talking about is fighting Bivol. Going to his fights, all this shit, commentating, all this shit. It's Eddie Hearn, bro. That's why he been out the ring so long. Same thing happened with Lawrence Okolie. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, hopefully, we'll see. Next week, he's supposed to have an announcement. You know what I'm saying? So, when y'all see the announcement, y'all, you know what I'm saying? We know what time it is. But I don't just, when y'all see stuff like that, don't just run to it and overanalyze it. Think of try to figure out what happened on both ends, because everything ain't always what it is. Trust me, it ain't always what it is, for real. He said talking shit. Yeah, so I mean I'm willing to help out anybody, bro. Like real talk. I'm with you. He said, I think he's like 30, 31. But Waxy like 30, 31, I believe. I know he was an Olympian. So yeah, so we should be hearing something from him. And like I feel like everybody, like, you know what I'm saying, when you talk boxing and the way my channel is set up, it's just informative. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, like anybody can come in here and tell me some shit that I don't know. I'm cool with it. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna be receptive to that, and then I'm gonna go do some research. Shit. And then I'm gonna make sure we straight, even though I ain't that I'm not. That's what I always do. You know what I'm saying? You hear it from one source, or you hear something from a source, you just go confirm it with everybody. Now we all locked in. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I be having shit, and I go ask around, yo, bro, you hear about this? And they be like, nah, where you get that from? Oh, okay, good. I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket because I already know you ain't on it. Shit like that. So it's, and some stuff, a lot of people don't really research. Like I said, you'll see a headline. That's what get us. We see a YouTube headline. We'll see a boxing scene, or what's that one? World Boxing News. They still talking about Wilder getting dropped back in 2018 or some shit. No, not 2018. 2008. They done interviewed Harold Saunders and shit. They done found him somewhere. Irrelevant news. You know what I'm saying? So I see that, and I just just do some research, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? He said, "What you think about Jose Carlos Ramirez fight against?" Um, he's fighting Richard Comey March 25th. I'm not a fan of the fight, honestly, from what we could have had, but I understand it. Um, he don't want to fight Regis Prograis. That's so we can block that out of our mental. But this fight right here is putting him in position to probably be the mandatory for the winner between Taylor and Teofimo. So I understand the play. And he haven't fought in a while. Going on over a year when he get back in the ring. So I get it. But yeah, I think it's a fight that he'll probably win down the stretch because Comey don't normally step up to the plate to win the big fights. So I would probably pick Jose Ramirez. So gotcha. He's a WBC and WA type of guy, right? He had rankings. I think he's number one in the WBA. WBC, I can't remember off top. He dropped in the IBF, but he's still up there. He's still in there. I think he ranked all across the board, but WBA is the highest. He said Richard Coleman. Yeah, Richard Coleman is his opponent. It should be a good fight, though. You know what I'm saying? Richard, he said it looks like Jose wants wanted less of a challenge coming back. Yeah. He and want to stay in house. Maybe he got a nice guarantee with top rank and in house shit. Yeah, he cleanses too much. Yeah, I like now Comey. I don't think his power carried the 140. He put up a pretty good fight with Pedraza. That was a good fight. Pedraza gave Jose Ramirez a good fight. So maybe it's a closer fight than what we think. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what Comey brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? That card got some good young fighters on there. Uh, Raymond Morataya is on that card. You got Carlos Balderas, the big 6'9" heavyweight. Antonio Morales is on the card. Yeah, that's March 25th. So yeah, he said any news on Ugas? Oh, other than he's back in the gym. I haven't heard any opponents for him, but he's back in the gym training and stuff like that. Um, it would make sense for him to get on Spence undercard. You know what I'm saying? Just to continue like maybe a storyline, the fans know who he is and stuff like that. But I haven't heard an opponent for him. Rosado and Comey are the ultimate. I don't believe that. I don't think so. I think Rosado is a journeyman. Comey is still a fringe contender. Now, that's a difference because a journeyman, what I'm saying, he'll come to win, and then a certain part of the fight, he'll be like, I'm just here. The fringe contender can beat some of these top guys. You know what I'm saying? And with what's going on with Top Rank in house, Comey is considered a fringe contender because if he get this victory, he's right there at the winner between, I would say Taylor if he wins, but he right there at the world title shot. So they different differences. I never seen Richard Comey not come to win a fight. I seen Rosado not come to win. I seen the Willie Monroe fight where he just laid an egg and shit like that. And I don't know how he keep getting these opportunities. So maybe he just stay ready. He got a good connect with the promoter. But I think it's a bit of a difference. It's kind of similar, but it's not because a journeyman they ain't gonna win no fights. Like if he didn't knock out Beck the Bully, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be getting no more opportunities. Let's be realistic about it. You know what I'm saying? So nah. But Comey just don't. He just can't win the big fights, man. He can't win the big fights. Just saw he's still highly rated in the WBA. Oh, you talking about Ugas? Yeah, Ugas. He's still up there. You heard anything about Boo Boo lately? That he's injured. He just had a birthday. That's the only thing I heard. Only thing. Teaching the building was good. You think Comey can beat Ramirez? I think he could if he can stay the course in the fight. What I mean by that is, I feel like in a lot of stretches of big fights that he kind of just go with the motion, go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? I think ultimately, the pressure and the home crowd advantage that Jose Ramirez is gonna have is going to probably take him to a decision victory. But I mean, Richard Comey can win the fight, man. He can punch. Jose get hit a lot. Well, he get hit, and we gotta see though. But I'm leaning towards Ramirez for sure. I'm leaning towards Ramirez. I'm hoping for David Light upset. Okay. Just seeing Coley fights. He can be clumsy and wild with swings. Yeah. I mean, David Light is a tough competitor. And found the inside. I thought he did win that fight against Glanton. I know a lot of people thought Glanton won that fight. I thought David Light did, but it was close. I just want to see how well he can take the right hand. If he can take the right hand, he may be in business because he can get inside and work and make Okolie clinch and all that good shit. But if he can't take the right hand, I like it mid rounds for Okolie. Any undercard news for Tank and Ryan? I don't know if Coach Cal released any news. Vito Melnick is on the card. He's facing the guy that Xander fought last year. Will Zepeda is on the card. I'm not sure who his opponent is. Floyd Schofield as well. He's on the card. Same thing about his opponent. So hopefully they announce the undercard pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? That's the only news I got on it. I'm not expecting a big undercard though, to be honest with you, because of the main event and stuff like that. But it would be nice to have some big names on it to get the most bang for your buck. But I doubt it. Yeah, it should be good though. He said, "Yeah, Vito, Vito on the card." I'm not sure how they doing it. I don't know if Vito is gonna be on the pay-per-view portion, but he's on the card. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how AJ look with the new trainer Derek James. I feel like I like the hookup. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I want to see how he look. He said, you think Comey beats Hitchens? Nah, I like Hitchens in that fight. I like Hitchens in that fight for sure. Hitchens should be back June 24th. Detroit, BC. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Yeah, I want to see how AJ look. I seen Jermaine Franklin in the gym looking like he, slimming down. I think that's gonna be good for him. Um, Jermaine Franklin fights in spurts, and I feel like the reason why he does because he kind of out of shape. You know what I'm saying? Like he came in at 257 versus Dylan White. I feel like if he was maybe under 250, 245, he'll probably have enough energy to finish Dylan White because he had him hurt late in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He had him hurt in that fight, and I feel like he probably have enough juice to capitalize on that. Then with AJ, he gonna have some problems with AJ because AJ can keep it. He can keep the distance and keep the jab in his face. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, he can do the similar stuff that he did to with Weeds in that fight. You know what I'm saying? But if he decide to fight, we'll see what Derrick James implement. He one of the best coaches in boxing, so we'll see. And he need this get back for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because he still can, the biggest draw in heavyweight division and can get some big fights. So he need this one for sure. Um, April 8th gonna be crazy for fight fans. Yo, go ahead and get your devices ready, set up because it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. We got an early morning card that day with Kenshiro versus Jonathan Gonzalez, 3-belt unification. That's ESPN Plus, so that's not gonna interfere with nothing. Um, then we got Shakur on ESPN Plus. I'm excited to see him back, man. His opponent Yoshino is a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He good. He got some good power. He beat two credible guys in his last couple of fights. He beat the former world champion Ito. That's the one who Jamel Herring beat for the title. And he beat Nakatani, Masayoshi Nakatani, the one who fought Teofimo and Lomachenko. He stopped him. So when I was thinking about opponents for Shakur moving up to 135, Nakatani was one of my guys. I was like, okay, Nakatani fought. That's a good measuring stick. He fought Lomachenko and Tszyu. Maybe they can use him for Shakur. But he got stopped by Yoshino. So it actually makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but once J Mac hit he thinks so. I don't know. I think he gonna fight smart. I think he gonna stop Jermaine Franklin. I think he gonna use his jab, box smart, and then ultimately catch him with some and probably stop him mid rounds. That's how I see it. But if Jermaine Franklin wins, salute to him. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, April gonna be crazy for sure. Fandor versus Brian Mendoza. That fight, that's an underrated fight for that night. You know what I'm saying? Um, Brandon Lee is on that card. My man Nunes, the Dominican fighter, he's on that card. We're supposed to get Butea versus Mean Machine on that card. I don't know if they moved it. That's a hell of a fight right there. Butea versus Mean Machine. That's go crazy. Yeah, that go crazy right there. He said Shakur is going to handle business. Now for sure. He's definitely going to handle his business. I like the fights that Big Baby Anderson and Keyshawn have. Big Baby Anderson facing George Arias, who is a stocky, shorter heavyweight with good boxing ability, can move around the ring, got some decent pop, but he's a different look for Big Baby Anderson. Big Baby Anderson might have to go find him and hunt him down, cut the ring off and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a moving target, so it's a different look. A guy got upper body movement and like the counter punch. And Keyshawn is facing Anthony Yidget. Now, when we see his name, we go to BoxRec. You know what we do. We see Anthony Yidget, go to BoxRec. Oh, he got stopped by Rolly. That's what we do, boxing fans. That's what we do. And we forget the context behind that shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always black and white, bro. Like it ain't, man. If life was black and white, it'd be boring as hell. Like it's either one way or the other. It ain't like that. It's always in between. When people get in trouble with the law, there's always something. When you trying to defend yourself and something happen with you and your lady or something, it's always a gray area. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with Anthony Yidget. He got stopped by Rolly, but that was a late replacement, 7-day notice. He even attempt to make the 135 weight limit. He came in at 140. So definitely wasn't prepared for that fight. And we know Yidget, he beat Sandor Martin, you know what I'm saying, for like a European title, you know what I'm saying, on the come up. He fought in the World Boxing Super Series. He had a crazy eye injury when he fought Baranchik. He wasn't really doing bad in that fight. It's just Baranchik was just overpowering him, and he couldn't see out of the eye. So to get invited to the World Boxing Super Series, in the same tournament as Regis and Taylor, who else was in that tournament? Baranchik. You know what I'm saying? So he's not. It's not a bad fighter. He's a southpaw. Don't have a lot of pop, but you need to fight guys like that on your way up. Guys that that's kind of crafty, get different looks. So when you move up to fight these other good southpaws, you already got that type of experience. So I'm cool with it. He said Jermaine Ortiz now too. He could be matched up. Yeah, that's cool. We'll see. I think when Shakur wins, he gonna get a world title fight next. Whether it's a vacant title or he fighting for undisputed. Either one. He had sketches on that night against Rolly. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm looking at the welterweight rankings. I don't see Boots. Yeah, he's not. That's yeah, he's not ranked because he's the IBF interim champion. That's what happens with everybody. Do you see Joe? Look at Joe Joyce. Go to heavyweight. Joe Joyce is the WO interim champion. He not ranked by nobody. Then go to super middleweight. John Ryder is the WO interim champion. He ain't rated by nobody. You know what I'm saying? Go to 154. Sebastian Fundora. He's the WC interim champion. He ain't rated by nobody. We keep going. David Benavidez, 168. He ain't rated by nobody. I mean, it ain't really nothing to speak on because that's what happens. When you win an interim title, they consider you a champion because the champion, coughed the wrong way and have to be out the ring for 6 to 8 months. They can elevate that champion and make that champion in recess and whatnot. And then when he come back and ready to fight, he can fight the upgraded champion. So yeah, that shit don't mean that. 135. Yeah, that's the weight. 135. So Anthony Yidget should have enough time to make the weight. Should be good. Now I heard some good things about him. He was out in Miami last year and was doing real well in sparring Michelle Rivera. I heard he was doing some, had some good work and stuff like that. But we'll see. Good points. Yeah, I want to see how Keyshawn look against a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? He's climbing up the ranks. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So it's a couple of purse bids I'm waiting for. I think Crawford. When is them shits? Crawford and Rocha should be coming up pretty soon. And that's gonna be interesting to see if we do go to purse bid because I know we've seen Bud at the at the Golden Boy offices, and we automatically say he gonna sign with Golden Boy, but I'm not so sure. I don't think he really needs to sign with them. Keep his shit open. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe he can get an offer. Somebody can make a big bid and offer put in a big purse bid to get him to fight on their platform or You know what I'm saying? You never know with this shit. The purse bid situation. Yes, sir. But yeah, that's what it is. He said, why is that even a purse bid for Bud Rocher? Who else besides Golden Boy would be interested? I mean, it could be anybody, man. Anybody. Um, Anybody can be interested in that fight. Them guys from Saudi, you know what I'm saying? You never know. Um, yeah, I think yeah, because it's always some random person putting in the purse bid. Like for example, when we Regis versus Zepeda, you know what I'm saying? PBC put in their bid. They don't have no ties to none of those guys. Even though Regis did he had one fight on the PBC on the Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz card, but they bid it for that fight. You know what I'm saying? So when you say who would be interested, we don't know who gonna be interested, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Depends on the bid. So depends on who wanna put on their schedule. You know what I'm saying? Um Shit, PBC can win the bid and put that fight on the undercard of Spence next fight. You never know. Man, boxing is a wild, wild west. Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. But what makes sense though, and this based on the negotiations of Spence and Crawford, it makes sense for them probably just to work out a deal, not even to make it the purse bid with Golden Boy. Now, I don't know if Crawford had to sign like a multi-fight deal or whatever, but I would say Rocha and Virgil Ortiz, if that's in the contract, I'd take it. You know what I'm saying? We all know what we want, but I'd take that, especially if it just so happened that Virgil Ortiz beats Stanionis and then get elevated, and then we can have that unification or whatever. But even without unification, that's still a big fight. That's a big fight. Bud versus Virgil Ortiz. So I'm with it. He said Marv Nation. Hey, you gonna watch their card tonight? You gonna watch the Marv Nation's card tonight? He said, how can I watch Tony Yoka? It's on ESPN Plus. Feel free to tap into the my description box for this video. I got the whole schedule, times, where you can watch it, stuff like that. So feel free to tap in with that. But with that purse bid shit, you never know who can win that shit. Like you never know. You never know. These guys be coming out the blue if they feel like they can, because some companies just want to get their stuff off the ground, so they need a big name. I mean, like BLK Prime. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a purse bid situation, but they needed a big name to kind of make that shit legit. You know what I'm saying? Scott 70, I appreciate you, bro, in the super chat. He said, I told you Wilder would fight Helias. Who's next? Oh, yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Salute to you for that info. I don't know, man, who Wilder's going to fight. I'm not sure. I like to see the Usyk fight. If Usyk and Fury can't happen, I would love AJ. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not 100% sure. But I do appreciate you, bro, with that super chat for sure. He said, thanks. Yeah, I thought it was a close fight, but Light definitely won. Yeah, I thought he won too. Tapping in now. Subbox. Appreciate that, bro. I appreciate everybody coming through, supporting, subbing, liking the content, dropping comments, asking questions, man. That's good, bro. Appreciate it. I try to answer everything in my best of my ability to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody. Like I said, it can be off topic. I don't care. Cause I feel like that shit it helps my knowledge too. Keep me on my toes too. So like I can be talking about spaceships and then you come in here and say, yo, what's up with Wilder, bro? We're gonna transition from a spaceship to Wilder, Bomb Squad. You know what I'm saying? He said the Thompson boxing card was good. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was. And it'd be like that all the time, bro. Like under the radar fights. like it don't got to be your favorite fighter all the time, bro. I mean, I think if you love boxing, like you would appreciate a card like that. You know what I'm saying? Just guys giving it their all and trying to, go. They going at it. So, that's me. I like watching those. I like watching all the fights. You learn something. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro, for sure. Yeah, I'm just waiting for tonight, man. So, like I said, you guys, if you want to know where and when and how to watch the fights, just tap into my description box. I got the times and everything. I'll do a little quick recap for everybody in the building for sure. He said when Lipinet's back, he always come to fight. No, for sure. I'm not man. I'm not sure. Now he turned down the Richardson Hitchens fight for February. He turned it down. So I'm not sure if he could try and get some work on the PBC side. I wanted him versus Gary Antoine Russell next. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure when he's back, to be honest with you. It was tossed about him and Regis for a quick moment. Yeah, he do come to fight though, and I think he probably deserve another big fight. So yeah, we'll see, man. Hopefully he'll be back soon. I like Lipinets. There were a lot of familiar faces on that card. Yeah, the guy Roddy Legend, he fought on the DAZN show. He fought on Neri Hovanesian undercard. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Joyce, can he sneak into the fold if Usyk and Fury can work things out? I would say no because he got a fight coming up April 15th. Now after that, yes. But they got their orders because the WBA is first. That's Daniel Dubois. Then the IBF is next. You know what I'm saying? And then the WBO. So WBO is last in that rotation. So that's what the purpose of that's the purpose of interim titles. So those guys can still defend it and it won't negate, I guess. They can't jump the line and stuff like that. So they got their order. So Joe Smith, I don't know if Dan DeBoer not ready. Excuse me, if Dan DeBoer not ready with the ACL, they're gonna go to Herkovic maybe unless they work out something. I don't know, but I would say if he do get that fight, it's gonna be either late this year or next year for Joe Joyce. I can't wait for this fight. Yeah, he third in line. Yeah, isn't Lipinets champion in recess? Yeah, nah, you off. Nah, he ain't champion in recess. Nah, I think he's a WBC silver champion. He said Joe Joyce is third in line. Yeah. That's yep. True facts. And saying Joyce beat Dubois, but I mean that's just how the shit. I mean, that's between the sanctioned bodies. You know what I'm saying? Now, with saying all that, you got Dubois, Fury, Joe Joyce, all with Queensberry. Now, I'm pretty sure they could work something out to say, hey, Dubois, hey, we're going to give you some, yeah. Let Joe Joyce go first. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And especially coming off an injury. So I can't see Dan Dubois coming off that injury going to a big-time fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he only had one really step-up fight, and that was Joe Joyce, and we seen what happened. He's still a young guy. He has time. Joe Joyce, about to be 38 this year. His clock, I know he can take punches, but at some point, in there, sometime he fucking around and get clipped with something. It might be a wrap. So you want to get Joe. I mean, if I'm Queensberry, I want to get Joe first. So you know what I'm saying. If Fury do fight Usyk, and I heard that if Fury fight Usyk and become undisputed, his first title defense is gonna be against Joe Joyce either in the fall or late summer. I've been hearing that for since late last year. And I think Joe Joyce has suffered like a little injury. He supposed to came back in February, but he suffered like a little injury, nothing crazy, and he pushed it back to April. Then he got Zilly Zane. So we'll see, man. Usyk won't risk fighting Herkovic. This fight is on. Yeah, I mean, I think if it's not, so it's tricky, man. If Usyk and Fury don't happen, The WBA is going to order Daniel Dubois. So I think before they order Daniel Dubois, they need to get some clearances to be like, okay, listen, is he ready to fight? You know what I'm saying? Coming off that ACL. Like, and he got to fight a guy like Usyk who's going to be moving and stuff like that. So it's something we have to figure out. But WBA will be next. So, yeah, Herkovic fight, that's just, like, I'm sorry to say this, but it just don't make dollar sense for Usyk. It don't. That's why a lot of guys don't want to fight Herkovic. It's not because they ducking him. It's not because of that. Because we seen what Zane did to him. We got better fighters than Zane that can do some shit to him too. It's just he don't bring like a value. That's just the business of boxing talking. So yeah, man, we'll see though how this shit all plays out. I'd rather have Fury and Usyk though. Nobody at the top of the heavyweights is taking the risk. I think I mean that's hard to say. You know what I'm saying? I think some of these guys are taking risks, but it's big money at stake. Any news on Bivol and Baturian? Both of their fighters were mandatory. Um, so Baturian is about to observe Ramadan. So he said he'll be ready in June. Bivol, I don't know who he gonna fight. I heard a date for him in June. Makes sense. Now, Beterbiev do have a WBC mandatory that's on the clock. That's Callum Smith. But Callum Smith just pulled out of the fight for tonight with an injury. So that should be the door opening for Undisputed. So we'll see. So hopefully, man, fingers crossed we can get Beterbiev versus Bivol. You know what I'm saying? But Beterbiev do have another mandatory. And then next week, he about to get another mandatory because John Pascal is going to face Michael Eifert for the IBF Final Eliminator. So those should start to pile up. He said mandatory fights. Herkovic, Gabriela Ramirez, you think he wins his next fight? Yeah, he going to beat Gabe. Yeah, yes, sir. He going to beat Gabe Rosado. For real. So yeah, so that's what it is, man. I'm gonna do a quick recap of today's fight, man. Hopefully everybody is, 100 with it. So man, I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I appreciate that. Bro. For sure, for sure. Detroit, BC. So quick recap of today's cards, man. Hopefully everybody have a chance to check it out. If you miss it, go back and watch it. It's all good. But we start on the zone. So they got the prelims coming up shortly. Check the description box for that. It's going to headline by Diego Pacheco versus Jack Cullen, the WBO International Super Middleweight title. So that lets you know it's giving the winner higher rankings at Super Middleweight. So yeah, so this is more so like a prospect showcase for a lot of these young fighters. You know what I'm saying? Then switching over to ESPN Plus. You got a decent heavyweight fight, you know what I'm saying, from France. Tony Yoka versus Carlos Takam, you know what I'm saying. Dan Aziz is on the card. I like him. Lauren Price, she's looking to get in the mix at the welterweight division, you know what I'm saying. And she can be world champion pretty soon, depending on her track. So you can catch this on ESPN Plus, you know what I'm saying. Should be pretty good action though, because Carlos Takam comes to fight. Tony Yoka need a good bounce back win. You know what I'm saying? And then we got this one. This gonna be shown live on Showtime tonight, 10:45 Eastern Time. Tszyu versus Tony Harrison. WBO interim title fight. Big fight for both guys. The winner would be the mandatory. And first in line for Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is supposed to be in Australia, or at least commentating the fight. You know what I'm saying? Via satellite, however they're going to do it. But yeah, this is a big time fight though, man. A big time fight. I can't wait for it. Decent undercard for Australian boxing though. Pablo Acosta, I like him. Sam Goodman is an up and coming guy. Isaac Hartman is always going to come to fight. So, and then you got Nikita Tszyu. the young brother of Tszyu. So that's what it is, man. Y'all can check my description box as well for the times if y'all, forget it. He said Zerto versus Rosado. I'm not sure where Golden Boy was thinking. Just getting a Zerto bounce back win. Because we always say when somebody get outclassed or beat up or stopped, bring them back lightly. Bring them back. Let them get a win, get their confidence back. That's what this is. Definitely. Jay Reddy, what's good with you? Salute. Pacheco inside 6 rounds. I'm thinking that too. Tszyu controversial split decision. Hey, he might be on to something. Looking at the odds, they had Tony Harrison plus 200. You know what I'm saying? That looked good to me. But yeah, bro, hey. Because it's a business. Boxing is a business, yo. Sometimes you gotta curve your bet based on the business of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Especially if Jamel Charlo about to fly. Well, I ain't seen him there yet, but reports is he gonna be at the fight live. That's crazy. Tszyu bringing him all the way to Australia, bro. That's big news. Like, real talk. Like, that don't just happen. You don't just fly to Australia. That shit ain't flying from LA to Vegas or LA to Dallas or whatever. You losing 2 days, bro. So, and Tszyu is a big draw down there. Huh. Yeah. Now I can see that, bro. Yo, if that happens, I'll be thinking about you, bro. I gotta come back and hit you up and shout you out. But yeah, man, I'm about to close it out, man. I want to salute everybody coming through the building, man. Much appreciation, yo. Everybody asking questions and tapping in with me. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys tap in with these fights for sure. You can follow me on my social media. They're scrolling across the bottom. Twitter at OverJ. That's Bug Williams on Twitter. Feel free to tap in with me. Instagram, LDoesBoxing. That's my time, and I'm out.